Well, hello there. There have already been, I've seen on YouTube, loads of videos made about the Nextool Mini Sailor, but I just wanted to give my two penn'orth worth of an opinion on it, see if it's any good, and how does it compare with some of the other EDC pliers options that are or were available. In terms of utility and grabbing, pulling and turning power, nothing can beat a pair of Knipex Cobras, and these are just wonderful tools. The Knipex Cobra XS has become extremely popular in EDC circles because it's so small, but genuinely an awesome little, very capable tool, better than the pliers on any kind of Leatherman or anything like that, in my opinion. Really wonderful little items. The market in kind of small keyring sized pliers based multi-tools is really limited. I have had two of the Gerber dimes, absolute utter garbage. I bought two of them. The first one, it broke after I'd given the pliers a fairly, a gentle squeeze. That one of the little metal springs in there or bars in there just broke, bent, popped out. Okay, thought it was a one-off, so I sent it back, got another one, exactly the same thing. Absolute garbage. A lot of people seem to quite like the dime. I just found them, the two that I bought, absolutely not to anything like medium duty use. Rubbish. So I haven't bothered buying another one of those. Leatherman. I think probably previously the very best option was the wonderful Leatherman Squirt PS4. They stopped making these a few years ago now. Absolutely wonderful little tools. I've got an older Squirt P4. This gets clipped onto my my pocket when I'm at work every day. I have to undo little fasteners and things sometimes, and this I've saved the day quite a number of times. This Squirt PS4, I've kind of just kept this aside because you can't get them anymore. So this one's pretty pristine, but this one has had heavy use over the years. Really, really well made. Very capable little pliers for the size. You can get some great grip on there and they won't break like the Gerber dime does. Or did, my two. Wonderful little tools with a selection of extra bits and bobs on there as well. Knife, scissors, screwdrivers and things like that. Yeah, really wonderful tools, but no longer available. Thanks, Leatherman. Well done. Another really nice little tool that I've had for years. This is just shoved in my bicycle little pack that I have on my bike. Handy, really good little tool. These were dead cheap. I've had it for donkey's years. Unfolds into a fairly decent. Again, these are all really small pliers on all these tools. You're not going to be taking apart a car engine or anything really with these, but they can come in really useful for smaller tasks, undoing little bolts, grabbing and twisting. If you need pliers, really nothing else will do the job, so it can be dead handy to have a small set of pliers on you. So this IDL Tools T10, yeah, good little gadget, decent set of pliers for the size. Digs into your hand a bit if you're really squeezing on them, but yeah, that's fine. And this one came with a little pair of built-in tweezers. They're alright. All the tools do lock on this one as well, so you have to press that in there. You also get a little bottle opener on there and a very small flathead driver. Also a file with two different finishes on there. You get a couple of other drivers and also a small locking chisel ground blade on there. Yeah, decent little tool if you can still find them. But yeah, apart from kind of the Gerber dime and some other Chinese manufacturers now, the options are very limited. So I was really chuffed to see some other reviews saying some of the Nextool and Roxon tools being produced from China are actually quite good. So I had a little look and got this Nextool Mini Sailor from AliExpress. I think it was about 10 quid. They're currently going for about 25, 26 quid on Amazon UK. So yeah, bargain. It got to be within a couple of weeks, and I've got to say, off the bat, it's pretty blooming good, really, especially for the price of around a tenner. Great little tool. Quite impressed with it. You can see the jaws line up nicely there, or pretty nicely. You can hammer that with as much pressure as you can, and it's not going to break, or it hasn't broken yet. So for small jobs, small nuts and bolts, for various camping tasks and that could come in dead useful. For undoing small fixings, set of pliers like this size are potentially really useful. None of the tools on this are locking, so it's legal to carry this in the UK and other places that don't allow locking blades. Spring-loaded pliers, little wire cutters there, folds away with a nice snap. All the other tools are accessed from the outside when the tool is closed, so that's really good. So you get a nice little blade there. This isn't particularly super sharp, but it'll sharpen up in no time with whatever kind of soft Chinese steel is on there. cutting edge of 1.67 inches, or 4.26 centimetres. Good enough size for light EDC duty, definitely. Also get a bottle opener, can opener tool on there in one, which is nice. Don't need to open tin cans very often, do you, nowadays? But if you need to, well, you've got one on there at no real penalty, combined with a bottle opener. Little pair of fold-out scissors there. And these cut okay. They are definitely not as good as the little Victorinox scissors. You can get a bit sore in use with that little piece that your thumb goes on there, but they're quite strong. The spring feels quite strong, and they do work okay. And on the other side, you get a little flathead driver there, which is fairly chunky. You could perhaps do some light prying stuff with that, and a little sort of 2.5D Phillips on there. I've had a little go with that, it works okay. And then just behind the flathead as well is a little like SIM card ejector tool. You probably know all this if you've seen all the other Nextool Mini Sailor videos. A little external keyring attachment there. I wish Leatherman still produced the Squirt PS4. This is a fantastic tool, significantly smaller, but the pliers are actually a very similar size on the Squirt, even though the tool itself is much smaller. So yeah, Leatherman, why? The Nextool does feel a fair bit chunkier in the pocket than the Squirt, but it's still only 80 odd grams, something like that, so not massive. There's very limited options, but it's really good to see some Chinese companies producing some good quality tools like this for pocket money prices, really. What do you reckon? Pair of Knipex Cobra XS weighs, let's call it 60 grams, or 2.1 ounces. Leatherman Squirt PS4 weighs 57 grams, let's call it, or 2 ounces. And the Nextool Mini Sailor weighs 84.4 grams, or 2.979 ounces. So yeah, it is a bit chunkier than the others, but it's a decent EDC backup all-in-one tool for very little money. Thanks a lot. Goodbye.